It is football night in Riverside, week 0. High school football is back. I'm back, Azal Hassan. Jeff Gorham is back as well. We're here at Ramona High School for the season opener between the Rams and the Huskies of John W. North. And Jeff, your alma mater is a state champion. Ken Mashinsky went on a run with his Rams last year. They won the state championship and a CIF Division 11 title. Can they run it back?
I'll tell you what, if anybody can do it, it's Ken Mashinsky. Since he has been on this campus, they have gotten better every single season. The only thing that eludes him is that league championship, the River Valley League title, which he, I'm sure, wants.
All right, John W. North, the Huskies, they missed the playoffs last year for the first time since 2017. Opie Vaipulu, though, is back. He's very optimistic this year. He likes the group he has. What do they need to do to get back into the CIF playoffs?
Oh, I'll tell you what, they can't turn the ball over. They got to rely on that huge offensive and defensive line and lead by their great running back, Mr. Hogue. They can do it, and they have an opportunity, great opportunity this year.
All right, Jeff and I are great to be back. You'll meet the third member of our broadcast team very soon. He is Coach John Rice. It's the Rams and the Huskies, the CIF on Riverside TV. It's funny, you have as many friends on the north side as you do on the Ram side. Ramona and John W. North opening the season here in week 0.
Well, you know, I have been called the mayor in certain circles.
Governor.
Governor. I'm the governor. No, I have love for all these Riverside schools. Grew up with a lot of these coaches, and it's great to be back at Ram High.
And the Rams coming off a very successful season last year. They hope to be as successful this year. And we have a new member of our broadcast team. Not really new because he's been in the studio, but I believe this is the first time John Rice has been out with us on an event, correct?
It is. He's going to be on the sidelines. He's going to tell us all the ins and outs of what is going on the field.
He's coached at John W. North. He's coached against Ramona. So he knows a little bit about each of these two teams.
Yeah, he's actually coached with Mashinsky at one point. They both were on the same staff. And he's been everywhere. Remember, he's got a state championship with St. John Bosco.
True.
He is
as an assistant. Yes, an assistant.
As an assistant coach, and he has been all over and successful. Great person, great human being, and a great mind of football.
Another coach heading to the broadcast booth. You know a little bit about that. Are we ready with Coach Rice? Let's throw it down to Coach Rice.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for that introduction. But I'm not the governor yet, and I'm not the mayor, so it was a great introduction. But I'm honored to be here with Riverside TV and to work with both of you. It's great to see people that I've coached with on the north side. Coach Opalani, we coached together in 2012 when he was a defensive coordinator, and I was coaching the defensive backs, and Steve Vaipulu, and it's great to be here and be on this side of the camera, off the field, enjoying the game. We're going to have a great matchup. What we're going to be doing from a coach's point of view is trying to see what they're going to do to establish their identities on offense and defense, and I'm just looking forward to a great season working with both of you.
Never gets old, does it, Jeff?
Never.
You're back on the field. You're back ready to go. And it's a little bit different. It looks like Ramona has won the toss, and they'll receive. And the Rams, the home team defending their state championship, will start on offense. They have a new man at the controls. What do you know about the new quarterback, Cody Shiner?
I'll tell you what, he's an athlete. We saw him the last couple years playing all different positions, playing receiver, playing slot. But right now, he is the guy, the next man up. Remember, they've had 2 great quarterbacks the last 2 seasons. And now this, hopefully – the Rams can get that elusive River Valley League championship. They have done so well with the state championships, the CIF championship as well. But no Sincere Tolbert tonight. He is the guy who everybody is talking about going to be the man this season for the Rams on offense.
Yeah, no Louis Mena, no Sincere Tolbert for the Rams just for week 1. And I thought it was going to be a battle between Bronson Hogue on the JW North side and Sincere Tolbert on the Ramona side. It's week 0. I'm guessing both coaches are going to kind of keep it vanilla, probably try to run between the tackles. In talking to Coach Ken Mashinsky, and then when we talked to Derek DeWitt, the O-line coach for North, they both kind of want to get the offensive lines going. There's 7 players going to rotate for John W. North. And we were talking to Coach DeWitt. he kind of knows who the starters are, but in terms of where they're positioned, there are a couple of guys at each position he wants to get a look at. Coach Mashinsky was telling me, hey, we have 3 returning starters back, but the key for an offensive line is to gel with the new guys. Hasn't quite happened yet. That's why you play the non-conference schedule, non-league schedule.
Yeah, and remember the first game we've had North and Ramona last year, the first game, a lot of mistakes, and it came down to North got the victory because they made less mistakes. Ken Mashinsky, we know his defense. They can tackle. They're smart. They play fundamental football probably better than any team in the city of Riverside. It's just now next man up. They've been successful the last few years, but this year they have to play without certain guys, and we're going to see new stars emerge.
Yeah, Gabe Guzman is the defensive coordinator for Coach Mashinsky. His 3rd year under coach running the defense, and he's shown a little bit of growth as well, and he's still growing. I was talking to Coach Mashinsky about him. He still has things he needs to learn, but obviously you mentioned they're well schooled, they're disciplined, meaning the defense of the Rams, and fundamentally sound, and part of that, obviously, credit needs to go to their defensive coordinator. On the north side, Coach Vaipulu back at the controls. He kind of took him back over at the end of last year. This year, he's kind of been running the defense since camp began.
Yeah, and it's nice to see that because he is such a voice and has done a great job on the line. But remember, Ramona, where you have to go back to them, they still have Troy Long, who we talked about a lot last year. He's a great linebacker and wide receiver. Joel Nunez, the great offensive lineman, the senior. And like you said, Cody Shiner is going to be playing both the safety and quarterback for the Rams. I am really, really excited to see a new quarterback. We know Hogue is a very, very good, talented back. But when you lose a guy like Cam Shannon, who was just amazing in his career, now playing at Cornell, nice to see him back. Nice to see this new team.
Isaac Mata back deep to receive with the aforementioned Troy Long. And that's for Ramona for John W. North. Teeing it up, Jose Martinez. He did a great job last year. No, I'm sorry. No, it's sorry. Martinez obviously is the kicker for Ramona. No, it's another 50 number. It screwed me up a little bit. Guillermo Lopez tees it up and kicks it away. This is Mata, and he gets hit at the 25-yard line. Making the play for J-Dub, Damian Mendoza makes the hit for the Huskies. They'll get out to about the 25-yard line, 1st and 10, Ramona.
Well, I'll tell you what, I had the pleasure of watching Isaac Mata play a couple times last year on the freshman team. Ran a lot like Bo Bruins. In fact, the game I saw him, I think he had 5 or 6 touchdowns, and I called Mashinsky that night and said, this could be your next guy up. He's playing a little receiver tonight, but watch and look out for that great young sophomore.
Okay, here's Shiner. Mata split out to the near side. Starting in the backfield is Lorenzo Sims. They'll give the ball to Sims, dancing to the right side. He'll lose a couple. 2nd down.
And we haven't, heard much from Sims because it has been Sincere Tolbert's job the last year. It'll be interesting to see if Ramona, how they can adjust with this without their star running back.
So trips to the near side. Dylan Talbert to the left of Mata. 2nd down and 12. Option. And Shiner's going to run with it, and he'll be close to a 1st down. He'll get the 1st down. Up to about the 38-yard line. 1st down, Ramona, 13-yard run for Shiner. And that's what Coach Mashinsky was telling me. He said, a little bit like Jeremiah Acosta, he's a running threat as well as a throwing threat. Nice fake and nice pump fake there, and runs through the first tackle before he's spun down.
He is a super athlete. We saw it last year on many occasions. Came up big in clutch times in playoffs and in league. Love to see Shiner do his work.
All the way up to the 38-yard line. Runs right into the hands of Tavita Avatango, makes the tackle right about the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 10 coming up.
It's kind of like a wildcat offense when you have a good runner at quarterback.
Shuttling into the game is Adrian Alvarez for Ramona. Mata split out to the near side, near slot, Dylan Tolbert. Split out to the top of your screen. Troy Terrell, he's a good story. He's a basketball player who's kind of joined the football team. 2nd down and 10. Option. Shiner keeping it, trying to get outside. Flips it forward and he'll get nominal gain up to about the 43-yard line, so about a 5-yard pickup on the play.
I think they're going to say he was down when he tossed it, so it's going to be, I think, right back to the line of scrimmage.
Danye Trammell was the player bearing in for John W. North. Get a look here. Shiner playing the option well.
It was almost like, I would have to almost call that a fumble pass, but
instead, I'm sorry, making the play, Cameron Whitehead, junior outside linebacker for the Huskies. 3rd down coming up for the Rams.
North is changing their up front with 4 and then 3 this time.
Shiner stepping up, still under pressure and throws under duress. And that was Whitehead again applying the pressure, 4th down on the incompletion.
Yeah, North changing up their defense. The last 3 snaps, they started off with 4. They've gone back to 3 twice.
Another look at it here. A nice job by Julian McCullough, kind of flushing that play out before Shiner kind of was in no man's land, had nowhere to go. On to punt for Ramona is Kellen McAllister. He came back last year. He was a member of that state championship team on specials. Here's the kick. Waving everybody away is Bronson Hogue. It'll be down at about the 35-yard line, so a 25-yard kick, no return. 1st and 10 for J-Dub. We mentioned North 3-7 last year, Jeff. Missed the playoffs for the first time since 2017. But take a look at this. Their 7 losses are to teams that went 52-30, including 1 CIF champion, 634 winning percentage. Overall, their opponent's winning percentage 568, 67, and 51. If you take out Heritage, that was 0-10. They played teams that were 620 winners last year, including Orange Vista and Ramona, who they actually beat. Intercepted. Bringing it back is Jordan Daniel. The pick 6. It's deja vu all over again. It was Mendoza last year wearing 22. That time it was Daniel wearing the deuce, number 2. 6-0 home team. Rams on the board.
What a great, see, we talk about defensive responsibilities, and they play defense, I think, almost better than anybody the last 5 years. That is fundamental defense. A tip, you got to go out and get it, and that's exactly what he did. Great play from the senior, who we've called his name many times over the last couple of years.
We were joking around with Matt Walter. He's the freshman coach for North, helps out with their offensive line. For many years, he was your offensive line coach. And we're joking around with him because he coaches the freshmen. And he was telling us, a freshman team ran for 270 yards, and I threw 4 passes. And we were joking with him. John Rice was up here. Well, because 3 things can go wrong on a pass, right?
Yes.
Incompletion, sack, and an interception, and there you go. Now, I assure you, this is Jose Martinez.
I think he's hit 36 in a row, I was told.
Okay, so don't want to jinx him. You got to say that afterwards. And, yes, 37 for all you Clerks fans out there. 37 PATs in a row. Didn't he have a game where he went 10 for 10?
Yes, he did. It was like, remember we discussed it was like shooting free throws. How impossible. 10 for 10. Look at that great defense.
Trying to get it to Mendoza, and then the tip and the pick 6. 7-0 Rams. And they put the banner up above the press box for the state championship, and the fans are out in force. And the parents are out here. It's a lot of excitement here at Ramona.
We have celebrities out here.
We do.
A huge one. Do we want to say who it is?
Well, listen, you can have your goat.
That's my goat.
I'll take that goat.
She is my all-time goat, the greatest women's basketball player in the history of basketball. Cheryl Miller's in the house.
A lot of people are talking about a lot of other players, and, deservedly so.
Hey,
but
she beat the wasn't she the coach for the All-Star?
Yeah, she was on the All-Star game.
Yeah, she was the champion. They beat the Olympic team. She's 1-0 against the gold medalists.
And they don't lose.
No.
McAllister with the kick is going to be a little bit short, taking it about the 15-yard line. And taken down at the 25. So good coverage. That was Bronson Hogue on the return. I guess they'll give him the 26. All right, let's throw it down to John Rice on the sideline. What do you got, Coach?
Hey, fellas, just a great job by Ramona's defense. We talked about how steady they are and how underrated they are. And there you saw a touchdown to set up the game, a good start to the game. I would expect to see them both settle down and start giving the ball to Hogue a little bit, just to settle down and get their secondary playing the run, and then maybe throw over the top. But, again, great job by Ramona's defense to start the game off.
Keeping it on the ground this time. Running right, maybe a yard on the play. Hogue running to the left side of that line. Gavin McGowan around the football, also with his nose there.
Hogue looks like he's put on a few inches and pounds. Remember, he was a freshman on the varsity a couple of years ago.
Yeah, when a guy plays varsity as a freshman, you know he's a dude. Second down, let's call it 9.
Starting to turn into a grown man out there.
Zavala rolling to his left. Now he's in a little bit of trouble, and Angel Barrios comes and cleans it up, drops him at the 21-yard line. Loss of 5, third down Huskies.
And there's the bread and butter of that Ramona defense. They don't give up many tackles, not many missed tackles.
Well, particularly when they're in the backfield. You know, like
Yeah.
we talk about how fundamentally sound they are. When you're in the open field, that's still tough if the guy's faster than you or you have a bad angle. But when the guy's right in front of you, if you're fundamentally sound, they're not, there's usually 3 or 4 shirts waiting. Getting back to what Coach Rice said, and I got to give Coach Rice credit because going back to last year, he's consistently given credit to the defense of Ramona, and they may be a little underrated because they've been pretty good definitely the last month of last season, obviously on the run, and then starting off this year. Third down. Zavala looking for some help. He'll turn it up, and he'll run out over the 30 up to about the 33-yard line. It'll still be short of a first down. And, I was talking to Coach Vaipulu about Anthony Zavala, who's the quarterback this year. And what's interesting is it's going to take some time. Get another look at the play here. Pressure up the middle. That's McGowan chasing him. And then he decides to tuck it under, rolls it outside, and then finally Barrios had the first contact before he gets up to the 34-yard line. Then the punt team comes on. It's going to take him some time because practice is one thing, games are the other, and Coach Vaipulu has a lot of confidence in Anthony Zavala. Said, good athlete, very smart football player. He's going to figure it out. Was more of a wide receiver last year. Did not play quarterback, obviously, with Cam Shannon's presence. And here's the punt team out. Getting the kick away is Caden Ledines. And a short kick up to about the 36-yard line, but a good coverage on the play. So a 31-yard kick, nominal return, first down and 10 for Ramona from the 36-yard line.
That was just a straight hustle right there. Hustle play from John W. North. Mata, who's can be in danger with some open space, not allowed an inch on that play.
Yeah, very good coverage on the play.
Almost, could have been a fumble very easily. Great play by the Huskies.
Line is the 36. Play action over the middle. Mata in and out of his hands. On the coverage, Ricky Salanga for John W. North. 2nd and 10 coming up.
If I recall last year in this game over at John W. North, Ramona was really good going down the middle of the field. It took them a while to kind of get going, but they did find some spots to see if they're going to do the same here tonight. They tried to throw it over, just crossing over the center of the field.
Jeremiah Acosta, down the stretch in that playoff run. He did a great job finding his receivers in the middle. Shiner rolls right, thrown to the outside, completed about the 40, dancing up near the marker to the first down marker is Damian Mendoza. So 9 yards on the play, 3rd and 1 coming up.
And Troy Terrell, the senior, playing wide with the play. How nice is it to be back? I feel like it's vacation. I've been working all this time. Football's back. It feels like vacation time, Gazal. I missed you, buddy.
I just saw you Wednesday.
Better looking than I remember.
3rd down. We all are. Shiner's got some time over the middle. That's complete to Tolbert. First down to the 40 of John W. North. 16-yard hookup. Shiner seems to be finding a little bit of rhythm.
And there's that middle of the field we just talked about, testing that secondary of John W. North.
You know, Coach Mashinski's got the game on his phone. He's got the headset and listening to your play calls. Tackle on the play for John W. North. That was Matthew Santisteban.
How do you think he won a state championship last year?
1st and 10 from the 40. Throwing it outside. A little miscommunication there. On the coverage for John W. North was Salanga. Intended receiver was Tolbert. I think somebody supposed to go out and then came in, or there was a cross-up. 2nd and 10. Now, Shiner, remember, he was part of that quarterback competition last year against Jeremy Acosta. He was technically the backup last year and moved into the starting position this year.
You know, you have the twin Shiners. One's a quarterback, one's only a long snapper.
2nd and 10. Option. Shiner keeping it, dancing to the 5, breaks one tackle, and then they clean it up at about the 44, so give him 4 on the play. Coming up and making the hit, calling his name again, Cameron Whitehead.
Well, that is why Cody Shiner is so dangerous. And you look, Mush in the last couple of years has those really mobile quarterbacks.
Dual threat. I mean, it's the new trend right now, right? The RPO used to be a kind of a college thing. It's funny, I was listening to a podcast with Doug Flutie, and he was saying, I was doing the RPO before anybody knew what it was. 3rd and 6. Shiner, duress. Shiner out of bounds, right about the line. Maybe he got a couple of yards, got over the 45. So 4th down coming up.
You were listening to a thing about Doug Flutie. Do you remember? He does those things as supplements for those.
Eugenics.
You were watching Eugenics.
I've never given the text.
I just want to know. You were watching him, and you got something from the Eugenics. You do look fitter. You're on Eugenics.
You know, my Eugenics is you go to the weight room, you pick up bars very fast, like 12 times in sets of 4. That's my Eugenics.
Well, I thought maybe it was Ozempic, but it's definitely Eugenics.
I'm scared of all those nutraceuticals, man. I really am. 4th and 4 coming up.
Just eat raw foods, healthy foods.
Movement on the outside. The cadence, so we know Cody Shiner pretty good at the cadence. Let's see what the flag's going to tell us. And he's going to mark it off against the Huskies. So the penalty gives the Rams a 1st down to the 31. No, it's interesting because you see all those, like there's all this stuff now. Do this, inject this, do that. I'm scared of all that stuff, Jeff.
You know what I take?
No.
1 a day for men, for seniors.
You do, really?
Yeah.
So you're off the Flintstones.
I can't chew them though. I swallow big horse pills.
From the 29. Here's the give. Slashing outside is Sims. Breaks one tackle, leaning forward. Nice little lean there, down inside the 20-yard line. So another 1st down, about 12-yard pickup.
That's Bo Bruins, Sincere Tolbert mixed.
Lorenzo Sims. Cody and Lorenzo rolling on the benzo, but there's a flag on the field. Another look at it. Nice little shifty work there. Breaks the tackle, trying to bring him down was Gavin Avery. He breaks through his hands and then finally brought down inside the 20.
He had a quick reverse pivot.
So that'll be marked off against the Huskies as well. 2nd penalty on J-Dub.
And we've talked about this at length for the last, 8 years or whatever it is. First games, you can't make silly mistakes, but it's going to happen because it's the first game.
First game for the players, first game for the officials. So listen, I'm going to have insight this year because a young gentleman named Gio Galvez, okay, as you know, I do some kickball for CSUN.
Oh, yes.
Okay? Now, he is my analyst.
Football.
Yeah, for football. He's my analyst. He's came up playing club soccer. He actually tried out for the CSUN team, didn't make it, and became a broadcaster. But very nice young man. His part-time job is he's an official. CIF football official. Now, they're starting it off on freshman and JV, but he's enthralled in it about officiating. We have all kinds of discussions about it. 1st and goal. Line is the 10. Shiner, Sims picking his way up. Sims surging down, and he dropped at about the 3-yard line.
Well, you're his partner for soccer. Just yell at him to get him used to it. Start screaming at him.
I'm thinking of inviting Backdorf out. I mean, Backdorf could abuse him all game, and if he can still do the soccer game.
He would shrivel. He'd walk out. He'd walk out like he'd come in as a grape and walk out as a raisin.
Does Coach Backdorf get on the officials?
All the time.
Okay.
But then he offers them a sandwich, and they're okay.
2nd and goal from the 4. Sims motions out of the backfield. Shiner with the give. Surging left and stopped at the 1-yard line. I believe that was Barrios playing some offense. No, instead, Adrian Alvarez. So Alvarez stopped at the 1-yard line. 3rd down coming up. Nice shot by our camera crew.
What are your thoughts? They want to get rid of the chain gangs.
And do it digitally?
I don't want the digital. I want the chain gang. I want people.
Sims and Alvarez in the backfield. Ball on the turf. No, it's recovered. Looked like Sims lost it momentarily, but he covered it up, and it'll be 4th down. What do you do here for Ken Mashinsky? You got a lead, 4th and 1. You line it up, Ken Batdorf style, and punch it through?
No, because your kicker has made 36 in a row.
37.
37, that's right. No, and I'm all about the kickers. I live and breathe.
So, listen, we were joking about it last year. We were talking before the game. We will do an all-Gorham team this year, but it's going to be a little different than what you might think.
Oh, they're going to go for it.
4th down and goal. Sims motions out of the backfield. Shiner going to throw to Sims, and a touchdown. Ramona finds pay dirt. How about that play call, Jeff Gorham?
Great play call. A little trickery.
Lorenzo Sims finds the end zone. First career touchdown for him. 13-0 Rams.
And that's a tough one defensively because you're in man-to-man coverage, and you see that handoff. You're going to jump. He's wide open, and it's a one-on-one, and he just juked his way into it.
They set everything up.
Perfect.
They run those couple of option plays. And when you have a quarterback that can do both, you can set that stuff up. Will it be 38?
You're darn right it will be.
38 in a row.
Yes.
38 PATs in a row for Jose Martinez. And it becomes family hour again because the clerk's reference is depressurized. So it's 38 now and not 37. We'll have Jack Benny next. Jack Benny would be 39. Another look at this drive here. So Shiner's ability to run the football, you can see it'll definitely enhance the offense for Ramona. And when Sincere Tolbert gets back, it'll help them even more. Who does he remind you of?
Doug Flutie.
I'm gonna actually throw this that nobody will get this name, but I'm reading the Bill Walsh book right now. You remember Steve Dills at Stanford?
Of course, I remember Steve Dills.
And he played in the NFL for a little bit.
Did.
But when he was in college, it was like late '80s. He was in we're number 12, dual threat quarterback, big time. And I like what I've seen from Lorenzo Sims, Jeff.
Sims has been great. I don't even remember him last year.
Actually, that's going to be a lateral because I think he threw that behind the line of scrimmage, so it'll count as a touchdown run for Sims and not a pass. From the 13-yard line, here we go. Turning it on. Bronson Hogue all the way down into Ramona territory. They're going to mark him at the 30-yard line, so a 57-yard kickoff return. And the Rams or the Huskies are in Ram territory.
Well, you watch Hogue when he catches this ball. He is in.
Yeah, he's already moving.
He is moving. I mean, full dead sprint when he catches it.
What's that DJ Khaled's song? Running with Rihanna, running like you Usain Bolt. He was like Usain Bolt there.
How do you know all these things?
I know very little.
You're very hip.
I know very little. Here's Hogue. Actually, I just heard that song at the soccer match the other day. And he pushed out of bounds at about the 30. So 1st and 10 for J-Dub. Zavala gives to Hogue and brought down from around the ankles by Troy Long.
Now, what does he say? And another? What is this?
And another one.
Okay, so
another hit is what they're saying.
Well, Luke, who's 8 years old,
yeah.
Anytime he could say that term, and I said, how do you know that? What is that? He goes, it's DJ. What's it?
DJ Khaled, yeah. So I grew up with a buddy named Khaled, Pakistani guy, right? And so he doesn't like his music, but he says, but nobody pronounces my name wrong anymore. So I have to be thankful for something.
Yeah, you're very hip. I don't, I'm more Grandmaster Flash.
I love Grandmaster Flash.
And the Furious Five.
3-yard gain, call it 2nd and 7. Zavala to throw. He'll wing it to the outside. Complete. And again, we talk about the sound fundamentals on the defense. Good hit there. Making the hit is Eric Lopez, one of the new starters. Jonathan Garcia with the reception for John W. North. third down coming up as the first quarter winds down. At the end of the first quarter, we'll go down to John Rice. We already saw Jordan Daniels earlier today. Also, the safeties, Lopez is going to be one. Arteaga will be the second one. 3rd and 7 coming up for the Huskies. Mendoza goes to the top of the screen. Third down, Hogue up the middle. Hogue first down and more, still on his feet. Daniel brings him down inside the 10, but a first down. 20-yard pickup by Hogue.
Boy, Hogue can excel quickly. He was moving.
So the clock winds down, and hopefully we get another look at that play. We'll toss it down to John Rice at the end of the quarter, but if we get a replay here. Now watch the running style here for Hogue. Who does he remind you of?
Barry Sanders.
I was going to say Dickerson.
Well, but see, the only reason against it because he didn't have the giant. The giant.
If we have John ready, we'll throw it down to John Rice between quarters.
Hey, guys, that was just...
We'll keep it right here. I was going to say because Hogue kind of runs upright a little bit, and I thought Sanders was kind of more like Emmitt Smith style, a little bit more low to the ground.
And very
and shifty. That wasn't shifty. That was kind of...
That was blazing speed.
Like Dickerson, when he would get in the open field, he was almost like a sprinter, like a track sprinter. Yes. 14-0. Ramona will throw it down to John Rice.
Hey, guys, we just saw exactly what North wanted to do, which was to establish the run. We talked to Coach Vaipulu before the game, and he talked about feeding Hogue the ball. We saw him get 3 touches and change the momentum. So I think they found the rhythm a little bit. They're going to have to feed him the ball, find ways to get him the ball so they can maintain possession and get this game back to 14-7 here, see if they can push it in.
Thanks, Coach. So, Coach is right. I mean, this is a big drive. So first down, here's Hogue. Fighting, goes down for a couple of yards inside the 10. Now it's interesting if we go to Tom Kraft, he prefers his running backs to kind of run a little closer, lower to the ground. You notice the guys he's taken, Jamal McGlory, guys like that, is kind of more his style, but I'm sure if Bronson Hogue wanted to play for him, he wouldn't have any problem.
We're going to see the legendary Bo Bruins this year maybe for the Tigers.
Hogue, the tailback. Mendoza split out wide. They're going to give the ball to Bronson Hogue. Gets past one tackle, then finally brought down by Whitehead. Gets it back to the 5-yard line. Another third down play coming up. 14-0 Rams after the first quarter. But John W. North knocking on the door.
Yeah, this is a big play right here, 3rd and 6.
Yeah, remember, Ramona scored on a nice play on 4th down. Kevin Kiker calls the offensive plays for John W. North. Let's see what he's got up his sleeve. Watch the right side. They got big Deshaun Jefferson out there. Look at that wide split in the middle. Give to Hogue, slices inside. He is to the end zone. They're going to say he's down. No signal for a touchdown yet. It'll be 4th and goal from the 1. And here comes a flag in. Deja vu all over again.
I don't know what they're going to call. Maybe a late hit? We have so many fans here, I couldn't really see the field.
Barrios on the tackle for Ramona. Personal foul against J-Dub. I'm sorry, against Ramona. Oh, that offsetting personals. So here we go, 4th and goal. Kind of, they didn't go unbalanced, but it was almost an unbalanced look. Here it is, 4th and goal. Zavala takes it himself. He is in. Touchdown, Huskies.
The tush push.
If you say so. The brotherly shove.
I don't like any of those names. We need a better name for that.
So set up by the big kickoff return by Hogue, the touchdown by John W. North, exactly what Coach was talking about. Hogue runs it in. So a pick six and a couple of touchdown runs, and I'm wrong as usual. I thought it was going to be very vanilla. The team's going to keep it between the tackles, but no. Both coaches pulling out all the stops. On for the PAT. Guillermo Lopez. So a couple of linemen kicking, and they're perfect so far. Lopez starting a streak. He is now 1 for 1.
Well, I'm going to mark it down. I'm going to make my little tallies all season long. Since we're going to have North next week against Riverside Poly, aren't we? Oh, I am. I'll be on the call.
That was down on the 1 yard line. That was the play that set it up. And here's the run by Zavala, sneaking in behind the big fella, Deshaun Jefferson. So 14-7. Yeah, you'll be on the call next week. I will not be. I'll be out of town. I'll be back we have a doubleheader the next week. Tripleheader, because Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
That means you're going to be staying over at the Stately Gorham Manor.
Chilling out with Luke and Johnny. Luke can teach me about wolves again. He loves the wolves. I don't understand why. Loves them.
Well, now he's into this guy, the same guy, the wilderness guy.
Yeah.
He takes bites from various.
Right, the Pep Fernandez of the wilderness, yeah. We try to get Pep to do that. He would not. He's too smart for that.
Right
the
now,
various coaches bite him and see how he responds.
He's into those murder hornets. Did you know, he told me this, that they, I think, is it Japan or China, wherever they are from, they harvest them and eat them. I bet they taste like crab.
A lot of protein.
Delicious. Dip anything in butter, it tastes good.
Lopez kicking to Mata. Stays in bounds at the 10-yard line. Mata doesn't have it. It's a live ball. North says they have it. No signal from the official yet. Husky football.
That's a sophomore mistake, playing your first game on varsity. Jump on the football. You don't have it, lay on it.
What do the kids say now? Secure the bag?
Secure the bag. Yeah, that's another one of those lingos. That's money, right?
Yes.
Okay.
On the turf there. And then, once he couldn't get it on the first reach, he was in trouble because you got players bearing down on you.
See, they also say, here's another one, skibbity dibbity. Have you heard that one? Have you heard the kids go skibbity?
Listen.
I don't know what that is.
I texted my niece Skibbity, and she thought I was the coolest person in the world, which I'm not.
I thought my kid was having problems. He just skibbity this, skibbity that. I think you called Luke and said something skibbity.
1st and 10 from the 11. They'll give to Hogue. Hogue running the angle. Barrios there along with Troy Long back to the 10-yard line. Yeah, so there's a couple of different contexts, right? I guess there's a cartoon coming out with some connection to a toilet, but Skibbity is like the Gen Alpha, and it kind of means it's like dude with us. It kind of means anything.
And there's Sigma and Alpha. They say all these things. I'm lost as an older dad. I have no idea what they're saying.
Probably better that way. 2nd and 10. Offensive lineman shuttling into motion. Here's the give to Hogue. Running wide to the right side. Slips through one tackle. The ball's on the turf. Rolls out of bounds. Ramona had the first shot at it. It'll stay with the Huskies.
That ball went out of bounds. It would have definitely been ram high ball.
That's Skibbity.
No, that's Sigma.
Sigma, okay. Or Riz.
Oh, hey, you know what my nickname is?
We need to get Luke as a third man in the booth. That's a good idea.
Hey, you know what, Gasol? You're the Rizzler.
I'm the Rizzler.
You got a lot of Riz. You know what Riz stands for?
No.
Charisma.
I know.
I didn't know that.
Remember when we were kids, like the Bugs Bunny cartoon, Charisma?
But, yeah, the Riz.
3rd and 7. They can still get a first down. Hogue. Long has him wrapped up. He'll go down inside the 2-yard line. Did he get the first down? They're saying no. They're signaling 4th down. So 6 yards on the play for Hogue. Wow.
I mean, that is inches. Oh, they did give it to it. They gave him the
first down. Yeah, he did have the first down. Another look at it. So they are going unbalanced. Long has him wrapped up, but he kind of drags Long enough for the first down. Also on the hit, Whitehead.
The ball
And the ball's on the turf. They're going to rule it down. You can't advance a fumble if you're the offensive team, obviously. It'll stay with John W. North. So 2nd down and goal coming up from the 1. Time for the goal line stand if you're a Ramona fan. 14-7, so 1 turnover immediately converted into a touchdown by the Rams. Now North can return the favor. It's like Game of Thrones out here.
It is the Targaryens.
I was a big fan of Tyrion, whoever Dinklage played. 2nd and goal. Zavala trying to take it in, and he does. Touchdown, Huskies. 2nd trip to pay dirt for the new quarterback, Anthony Zavala. Wide receiver last year, quarterback this year, and he's into the end zone. What a debut for him.
And we could have ourselves a tie game here. After Ramona goes up 14-0, J-Dub.
Zavala into the end zone for his 2nd touchdown. About 2 minutes apart, they scored at 10-16. It's blocked. So Guillermo Lopez PAT streak ends at 1. He's 1 for 2 today. A big play by the Rams. Another look at the touchdown. Running to the right side behind Elijah Thorne for the touchdown is Zavala. And after the touchdown, we'll go down to John Rice. Get some analysis. Coach!
Hey, I'm telling you, they just get the ball to Bronson Hogue and change the momentum of the game. Uncharacteristic mistake by Ramona. They'll get that fixed, but now we got a new ball game, and I think unless they find a way to stop Hogue, they're going to have a long night.
Thanks, Coach.
You know what? We need to get him a rain jacket and a yellow hat because he does look like the Gorton's fisherman. I love the look of John Rice. Very Ernest Hemingway-esque.
Ernest Hemingway, yeah. Oh, he loves Shakespeare, too. Have to get the Shakespeare calls in. Here's the kickoff. Long takes the ball from the 2. Slicing his way up through midfield. He's to the open field. He's got some space. He's to midfield. Wrong. Nobody's going to catch him. Touchdown, Ramona. 98-yard kickoff return by Troy Long. There is your answer. He has followed you to the secret entrance.
And we talked about him earlier. Troy Long, one of the returning starters, has been so dynamic for Ken Mashinsky, one of those workhorse guys. Great to see him get his shot.
Big special teams play on the block of the PAT, and the big special teams play there by Troy Long. Let's look at it. So, yeah, the 4-yard line, so 96-yard return. Nice wedge, plays the angle, and then once he gets past the kicker, nothing but green in front of him. Touchdown Troy Long, touchdown Ramona. And if you'll remember, 2 years ago in the opening playoff game, Troy Long as a freshman, Coach Mashinsky called him up to the varsity.
That's right.
He caught one, kind of had trouble with one of the kickoffs, and so it's all come full circle. Opening night here in 2024 to the house.
And another notch for the kicker.
Jack Benny is very happy. 39 in a row for our good friend, young Jose Martinez. There's the touchdown by Long.
Now, I do need to be on the serious side here. We do need to recognize Danny Esau, longtime coach here at Riverside Ramona, passed away in the offseason. And they had a nice thing for him prior to the game. I know that Coach Vaiapulu was related to Coach Esau.
Cousins. They're cousins.
Yeah, cousins. And just a very, very solid voice here at Ramona and in the Riverside area. So our hearts and thoughts go out to the Esau family.
Family was here today. It was nice to see. Another fumble. Picked up by the Rams. Making the recovery for Ramona. Eniola Olawuyi. Big play for Olawuyi.
It looked like Angel Barrios might have got the set up that fumble. Great
Special
hit.
teams firing off on all cylinders for the Huskies. Block a PAT. Kickoff return for touchdown. Now force a turnover on a kickoff. That's a straight-up hit. That was actually Gavin McGowan who made the
it was
hit.
McGowan.
McGowan missed part of last year with a broken arm and came back for the playoffs. And Coach Mashinsky said he's going to be kind of one of our catalysts on the defensive side, playing the special teams there. So the Huskies can try to stem the tide a little bit. They're going to call timeout, their first timeout here in the first half. Ghazal Hassan back with you along with Jeff Gorham. John Rice has joined the team down on the sideline as we get a look at the John W. North, those snazzy new uniforms. Kind of look like Georgia Tech almost.
You know, and I was going to say something earlier. I like both uniforms. I do love the powder blue.
You do?
I don't like when Ramona wears the all whites because they all look like a group of nurses.
Just behind Coach Basinski to the left, that's Nathan Johnson.
Nicest
Do you remember?
kid. Nicest young man.
He's a gaucho now.
He's a sophomore. He's in a fraternity at Santa
I know,
Barbara.
they start late, so he's not a sophomore until like September 21st.
But you can tell, he was a fantastic quarterback. I did say, hey, you've been missing a lot of leg days because he was tan and he looks like a surfer. But I want to give out a shout-out to his mom, Jennifer, who is not here tonight. Hope she is doing well at home. Jennifer Mashinsky, the favorite coach's wife in the area.
She said she'd be watching. So
she better be watching.
1st and 10 from the 19 for the Rams.
She's got a picture of her baby boy on TV.
Shiner to the corner. Touchdown! Isaac Mata. Redemption for the young man. Quick strike, Shiner to Mata. Touchdown, Ramona.
Look at Shiner. I love it.
16 seconds apart, the kickoff return, the fumble, and the pass. And I love when a team forces a turnover inside midfield. Take a shot. Let's do it. Go up top.
Perfect throw. No!
It ends. The streak ends, and I had the great call. Are you a U2? I'm not really a U2 fan, but you remember U2, that live album, Under a Blood Red Sky?
I remember.
Sing This With Me, This Is 40. I was going to say, Jose Martinez, this is 40, but the streak stops at 39. Here's the touchdown.
Pass.
Reels it in. Good coverage. It's just good throw by Shiner. Found the spot, and Mata got a step. I understand why Coach Mashinsky and the staff like Isaac Mata. And that's tough. Your first varsity game, you turn the ball over, the other team scores a touchdown, easy to get down on yourself. You pull yourself up, and, hey, you score on the other end.
Well, I told you I saw him last year. I thought he was the best freshman in the city.
Yeah.
And I said I accused Mush of hiding him.
J'accuse?
I accuse.
Shout out Mrs. Bronstein, my 8th grade French teacher. 7:42 to play. From the 18. And again, that shorthanded tackling of the Rams. He'll get over the 25 at the 26-yard line. That's Bronson Hogue. And they've done a nice job flying to the football whenever Agent Zero has possession.
Except for the one he returned.
Well, yeah.
But I'll tell you what, you cannot give him any running space. Ramona doing the same thing. Very, very good. I think I just heard that Norte Vista is up. That's our other game of the week, by the way.
New turf, who dis?
Brand new turf.
Minute left in the first. Novi 14-7 over Silverado.
They got to win tonight, and great. They got to play with the thoughts of the great legendary Coach Maine, who passed away last week.
A little stumble on the left side of the offensive line for the Huskies, so they'll be backed off 5 yards.
Yeah, longtime athletic director, assistant.
And he was a good friend of yours.
One of my best friends in the whole world, and we lost him.
I'm sorry.
last
Sorry
week.
for your loss.
I
knew him too. He's a very nice man.
But he was Ken Batdorf's best man in his wedding, and Batdorf was best man in his wedding. So I'm sure it's hard for our dear friend Ken tonight without seeing Ron Maine over his shoulder.
and not much push. I mean, the defensive front for Ramona is really having their day with the offensive line for John W. North. That was Hogue again. Second down coming up. They had the 5-yard mark off back to the 22. And it was interesting because when I talked to Ken Mashinsky, he had a little bit of doubt. He said, listen, we have 3 guys coming back, but the guys they're mixing with, they haven't quite gelled yet. Whereas on the north side, they seem pretty confident in their offensive line. And so far, it seems that the advantage would be to Ramona. Here's Hogue. Runs headlong into Troy Long, among others. Third down coming up. And again, mentioning that neither Louis Mena nor Sincere Tolbert on the field for Ramona. Jeff mentioned that at the outset. And I think it stems back to like a penalty from the state championship.
Yes.
Yeah. Carries over. I didn't realize. I thought that was just soccer. Mendoza split out to the near side for John W. North. Zavala to throw. Now he's going to run. 30, 35. He'll have the first down and more. Near midfield. Crosses out of bounds to the 46-yard line. 24-yard gain on the scramble by Zavala. And again, when I talked to Opie Vaipulu, hey, good athlete, smart player. He'll make good decisions. And again, it's going to take him some time to settle in. I think he's kind of figured out the speed of the game a little bit. Nice play here by Zavala, Jeff.
Well, Zavala, he's great when he is under pressure. He is so shifty and so quick.
Like David Bowie, Freddie Mercury level? What are we talking? First down from the 46. Hogue. He'll lean forward about the 49-yard line. Jumping on his back was Ricky Salonga. Salonga's played well. So I'm sorry, not Salonga. That's Eric Lopez. Lopez has played well. A new starter in the secondary for Ramona. One of the safeties for Ken Mashinsky. They got 2 good corners. We saw Daniel with the pick 6. Olawui, we saw him last year. And now the young safeties they've added. Aki Artiega and Eric Lopez.
I couldn't say his name last year.
You will this year.
We're going to have to.
Respeto. Option. Zavala. Midfield. Barrios in on the hit for Ramona along with Olawuyi. Eniola Olawuyi.
We also have to remind everybody tonight, post game, we're going to have the first pep rally of the year.
You guys are back. Gilligan and the skipper back breaking down high school football.
I brought
a 3-hour tour.
Hey, I told you like my new look. I told you
I
I'm
do.
on
I love
vacation.
it. I love it.
I went with a
Alan
Hawaiian
Hale
shirt.
Jr.
I got my chanclas, my Nike. Everybody's looking at my shoes, and they're Nikes, but they're strange looking. My chanclas, and in respect to my guy, Frank Berber.
Third
Assistant
and
coach.
5 from the 48 of Ramona for the Huskies. Big third down coming up. They'll give the ball to Hogue up the middle. First down, he's got it. Muscles up to about the 42-yard line. 6 yards, they'll move the sticks.
We didn't see that last year from Hogue. Hogue has definitely put on some strength.
Yeah, and this is what I thought this game would be. I thought it'd be a steady diet of Hogue kind of running between the tackles. Sticks move up, wind picking up a little bit. 27-13, a lot of points on the board right now, but now if you're John W. North, and Coach Rice made this point, you want to control the ball. You're going to get the ball to start the second half. Control the ball, get the ball into the end zone, go down 1 score, get the ball to start half number 2. Zavala looking to throw. Here comes pressure. Long, has him wrapped up, and he completes it anyway to Hogue. He'll get back to about the 45-yard line, so it will be a loss on the play, but it could have been disastrous as Troy Long was coming down the smokestack at Anthony Zavala. Nice job by Zavala to slip it and just get rid of the football, and Hogue coming back to his quarterback. Second down, they gave a 1-yard loss. Got you 2 back to the 44-yard line, so 2 yards on the play. Hogue running right. He's got some room over the 40, inside the 40. They're going to mark to the 36-yard line, so third down coming up. 6 more yards for Bronson Hogue.
Great little misdirection on that offensive play there and giving it to Hogue. Hogue, man, he is tough.
Was Opie joking that he's going to get the ball 50 times?
He just say that. He goes, you going to run? Hey, he's going to get it 50-plus times a game. All right.
Mendoza out high. Split out to the bottom of the screen is Jonathan Garcia. It'll go to Bronson Hogue and runs right into Gavin McGowan. McGowan brings him down, but not until he gets inside the 35 to about the 34. So fourth down coming up. Clock moving. Our friend John Reeves is clock turning. Down towards 2 minutes to play in the first half. Down a score are the Huskies. They'll get the ball to start the second half. So a big fourth down play on both sides here. Because Ramona, if they can get the stop, has an opportunity to move the ball down the field to add to their lead. Fourth down and 2. Wide split on the line. High snap. The little trap, and the ball's on the turf. Making the first down was Denavia Garcia. We've seen him kind of in motion as a tight end and an H-back, and Ramona football.
So another turnover has cost North, and a lot of time left here for the Rams to move down the field.
Good play call there by Kevin Kiker. Got them the first down, but they obviously coughed up another turnover. It's a good job who dislodged that. Somebody's helmet dislodged the football. And Ramona has the ball at the 31-yard line. Shiner under pressure, looking down the field, and it's complete to Troy Long. And Long will get out of bounds up at about the 47-yard line, about a 16-yard pickup. Good play there by Shiner.
Yeah, Shiner almost had no time there. Got rid of it as a cross route, and Long running on the play. Great play there.
They'll mark it to the 46. Another look at it there. Shiner dancing.
Yeah, real estate closed up quickly. A great lead pass like a point guard. Oh!
There's a bullet for a first down. Down to about the 40-yard line. 13-yard pickup, move the sticks.
That was a rocket.
That's complete to Isaac Mata. Clock moving down to a minute to play. Hurry up offense. Tempo for Ramona. Shiner under duress. Incomplete. Nice play from the north side. Cameron Whitehead on the coverage. Knocks it away from Troy Long. Stops the clock with about a minute to play. Second down and 10 coming up. Little play action and the quick slant to Mata. That was the previous play for the first down. From the 40-yard line of the Huskies. 2-minute offense being run here by the Rams. Here's Long in motion. Shiner under pressure. Middle of the field complete to Mata, maybe 2 yards on the play. Stepping up and making the play for the Huskies is Whitehead. Timeout Ramona with 51 4/10 of a second to play in the first half. Ghazal Hassan back with you along with Jeff Gorman. We got John Rice down on the sidelines. Rice will have one of the head coaches. Coach Rice will have one of his coaching compatriots for the interview at the half. Right now a 2-score lead for the Rams, trying to make it more, and a big turnover forced by the Ram defense. North was driving. Remember, they get the ball to start the second half. If they could have made this a 1-score game, would have been big for them.
But North's going to really have to be careful here.
Yeah, pride on the line. Obviously, the Huskies, they hung the state banner on the stadium, so you don't want to hang that up and have it dedication. You don't want to have it undedicated. But our season opener, Jeff, I'm glad to be back. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think we probably have 30-plus games like we always do. We've got RCC, national champion RCC Tigers.
Yeah.
They're going to open up the 7th versus Long Beach City College. And here's another caveat. Riverside Poly playing again at RCC this season.
Shiner flings it out to Long, and that was...
that should have been a lateral.
They're going to say incomplete. I was thinking the same thing, incomplete. The most important thing with that is the clock. It stops the clock as an incompletion. If it's a fumble, the clock keeps rolling.
He sure looked like he threw that backwards, though.
No video review, so we don't have to worry about it.
No. It's one thing I do.
Do you get as annoyed as I do? Like when we're doing basketball?
Oh, I hate
okay.
I hate the video reviews.
I don't mind the review. It just takes so long.
Oh, it ruins the momentum of anybody.
As a coach, you would have been going crazy.
Yeah, I would be tossed. And I've been tossed a few times.
4th down coming up, and the Rams are going to go for it. Instead, they'll call timeout. Ken Mashinsky walking out, wearing the shorts, the white shirt there.
We have to talk about the league changes. We don't have
to talk about anything, Jeff.
We don't,
except the game in front of us. So, well, you guys will cover that on the pep rally.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, think about it.
So
the River Valley League.
Well, how about this? Let's talk about. So North is not moving leagues; they're staying in the Ivy. But the Ivy, check out the new Ivy
They
League.
shifted.
Jeff. Rancho Verde,
the
Paloma Valley.
They're a lot better.
Orange Vista, the defending CIF champions. Vista del Lago, the Ravens, evermore, and your favorite high school, Liberty.
Liberty the Bison.
Liberty.
Liberty's my favorite.
That's a gauntlet of a league.
Yeah,
that's
a tough
easy.
one.
Let's the records last year. All those teams. Well, we already know Orange Vista won their league. Vista went 9-4. Liberty 9-2. Paloma Valley 7-4. Rancho Verde got to the CIF semifinal. Here's the punt coming up. McAllister punts it. And, it's going to be down at the 1. A Ramona player the 2 Ramona players ran into each other. They're going to put it down at the 1.
Gave it to him. Wow.
Nice play down the field by Josh Cassiano. He was the initial player that was going to down the ball inside the 5. Cassiano, just a sophomore, making a play on special teams. And 37 seconds for the Huskies to traverse 99 yards.
You know, you mentioned the Raven. I went to South Carolina this summer, and I went to Edgar Allan Poe. He has the Tavern of Poe. And then we went to look for the Sepulchre by the Sea. Because, he supposedly laid.
Well, you got to Charleston.
The greatest.
Which I mean, I that's the one, because I used to go. I told you this. We have a family friend, my godmother actually, for many years. They lived in Gaffney, South Carolina, so we would road trip down there from New Jersey. But I never got to Charleston.
Great town.
And I'm a big Pat Conroy guy, author. Wrote among other things, Prince of Tide, Lords of Discipline.
Yes.
And he's a VMI guy, and he is really intimate knowledge of Charleston. 1st and 10.
Well, now I do
from the 1, and now you do. Zavala taking it out of the end zone.
And the ball's on
the turf. Squirts loose. Who got it? North. No, they're saying Ramona's got it.
Wow.
Ramona football with 30 and 7/10 of a second to play.
Is that the 3rd turnover we've had? 4.
Well, the 5, because North
yes.
Ramona turned it over, but then North, I believe, has turned the ball over now 4
times.
Pick 6, the fumble on the kickoff, the other fumble, and now this. And again, this is first week stuff that'll get ironed out. I'm wondering why they're not calling timeout. They must not have any left.
Yeah, what is it? He laid with Annabelle Lee by the Sepulchre by the Sea?
Oh, yes, that's Edgar Allan Poe.
Yeah, look at that.
That's interesting. They're going to let the clock run out. Oh, so I guess North got it back. North must have got it back because there's no way Ken Mashinsky lets the clock run if it's Ramona football. 27-13 at the half. John Rice has Ken Mashinsky standing by. As soon as he's got him, we'll go down. Here comes Ken. And Coach Rice going to grab him right now. We'll send it down to the field. John Rice and Ken Mashinsky talking.
Hey, Mush, talk to us about your special teams. They were huge.
Yeah, some of it was huge, some of it was big mistakes. We had a sophomore returner that kind of jumbled the ball down there and gave North a chance. But then Troy Long came up big. We switched sides, and he ran. I think it was a 96 or 97 yard kickoff return. So that's huge. Great punt down here by Kellen McAllister. We're just not hitting on all cylinders. Definitely a first game. So we got to go into the halftime, make a couple adjustments, and come out and just play better.
How about Shiner's debut? What do you think?
We knew that he would do some things with his feet. He's still learning the quarterback position. He's not super comfortable throwing the deep ball yet, but he's throwing the ball short. He's getting out, and again, using his feet to his advantage, and that's what we need him to do.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate
Awesome.
your time.
Thanks, Ron. Appreciate it.
Okay, so what we have is the momentum totally going back and forth. We thought we had 4 turnovers by North. We end up having 3. They escape going down another score. North has got to go in and figure out what they're going to do, calm down, and get the ball back in the hands of Hogue and establish some rhythm. They had the ball and they were driving, and they could have got within 1 score, and then there was that turnover. So I think North has got to settle down. Ramona has got to go in and figure out how to put this game out of reach, especially with a young team and their defense on North side. They got to put them away. We'll see what they do.
Thanks, Coach. Listen, it's week 0. I don't think either coach would have drawn it up this way. Ramona obviously feels a little bit better because they have the lead, but these are the kind of things that are going to happen. You iron these things out in week 0, week 1, week 2, so that 3, 4, and then once you get into league that you're doing better. Give me some thoughts, though.
Well, we talked with Coach DeWitt before the game with John W. North, and the biggest thing he and I talked about is whoever makes the least mistake should win the game. And when you turn the ball over 4 times, it just makes it tough. And he turned it over in tough situations. But I think really for Ramona, it started with Jordan Daniel with that pick 6.
Right.
And that momentum just carried him.
I mean, that really is a 2-score game, but that kind of is the difference right now because you had the stop late by Ramona on the defensive side. And, I mean, listen, the turnovers don't help. So you can't really – I don't think we can judge the North defense yet because they had played the short field. But, Ramona's made a couple of plays defensively they needed to make, and they're up 2 scores. We got 24 minutes of football coming up.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, the big surprise for me is Cody Shiner. Next man up. He's done a phenomenal job of protecting and, I don't want to say a game manager, but kind of has managed the game well by his head coach. He's done everything he's asked of Coach Mashinsky, and right now the score shows.
I've actually been impressed with both quarterbacks, just in terms of how they play the position, how they run the game. There are going to be some kinks both need to iron out. I'd love to see these guys again like week 2 or week 3 in terms of all they've learned having to play against live action. 27-13, the defending state champs on top of the Huskies by 14. These 2 teams met opening week last year as well. It was the Huskies winning at home. Right now the Rams leading at home. We'll step aside at the half. We'll come back with more football after this. Riverside TV, the CIF on Riverside TV, the Rams and the Huskies back after this.
The City of Riverside Public Works Department wants you to know how holidays affect your trash service. Trash pickup will not be available during major holidays and collection times will be adjusted in response. Residents with city trash service will see the following adjustments. For Monday holidays, your Monday collection will happen on Tuesday and Tuesday collections will occur on Wednesdays. For Thursday holidays, Thursday service will occur on Friday and Friday service on Saturday. For Friday holidays, your Friday service will occur on Saturday. Residents served by outside vendors will experience a 1-day delay of service for each day after any holiday taking place Monday through Friday. And for more information about trash services, recycling, or bulky items, visit the Public Works website at riversideca.gov/publicworks. The City of Riverside Public Works Department wants you to know how holidays affect your trash service. Trash pickup will not be available during major holidays and collection times will be adjusted in response. Residents with city trash service will see the following adjustments. For Monday holidays, your Monday collection will happen on Tuesday and Tuesday collections will occur on Wednesdays. For Thursday holidays, Thursday service will occur on Friday and Friday service on Saturday. For Friday holidays, your Friday service will occur on Saturday. Residents served by outside vendors will experience a 1-day delay of service for each day after any holiday taking place Monday through Friday. And for more information about trash services, recycling, or bulky items, visit the Public Works website at riversideca.gov/publicworks. The City of Riverside Public Works Department wants you to know how holidays affect your trash service. Trash pickup will not be available during major holidays and collection times will be adjusted in response. Residents with city trash service will see the following adjustments. For Monday holidays, your Monday collection will happen on Tuesday and Tuesday collections will occur on Wednesdays. For Thursday holidays, Thursday service will occur on Friday and Friday service on Saturday. For Friday holidays, your Friday service will occur on Saturday. Residents served by outside vendors will experience a 1-day delay of service for each day after any holiday taking place Monday through Friday. And for more information about trash services, recycling, or bulky items, visit the Public Works website at riversideca.gov/publicworks. The City of Riverside Public Works Department wants you to know how holidays affect your trash service. Trash pickup will not be available during major holidays and collection times will be adjusted in response. Residents with city trash service will see the following adjustments. For Monday holidays, your Monday collection will happen on Tuesday and Tuesday collections will occur on Wednesdays. For Thursday holidays, Thursday service will occur on Friday and Friday service on Saturday. For Friday holidays, your Friday service will occur on Saturday. Residents served by outside vendors will experience a 1-day delay of service for each day after any holiday taking place Monday through Friday. And for more information about trash services, recycling, or bulky items, visit the Public Works website at riversideca.gov/publicworks. The City of Riverside Public Works Department wants you to know how holidays affect your trash service. Trash pickup will not be available during major holidays and collection times will be adjusted in response. Residents with city trash service will see the following adjustments. For Monday holidays, your Monday collection will happen on Tuesday and Tuesday collections will occur on Wednesdays. For Thursday holidays, Thursday service will occur on Friday and Friday service on Saturday. For Friday holidays, your Friday service will occur on Saturday. Residents served by outside vendors will experience a 1-day delay of service for each day after any holiday taking place Monday through Friday. And for more information about trash services, recycling, or bulky items, visit the Public Works website at riversideca.gov/publicworks. The City of Riverside Public Works Department wants you to know how holidays affect your trash service. Trash pickup will not be available during major holidays and collection times will be adjusted in response. Residents with city trash service will see the following adjustments. For Monday holidays, your Monday collection will happen on Tuesday and Tuesday collections will occur on Wednesdays. For Thursday holidays, Thursday service will occur on Friday and Friday service on Saturday. For Friday holidays, your Friday service will occur on Saturday. Residents served by outside vendors will experience a 1-day delay of service for each day after any holiday taking place Monday through Friday. And for more information about trash services, recycling, or bulky items, visit the Public Works website at riversideca.gov/publicworks.
The Riverside Libraries have new hours and are now open on Sundays. Now you'll have more time to explore, study, and learn about the things that matter to you the most. The new hours for Arlington, Arlanza, Marcy, La Sierra, Orange Terrace, Eastside, and Casablanca libraries are Tuesday to Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., while the Downtown Main Library is open Tuesday to Thursday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. and Friday to Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. To find out more information about the new hours along with events and programs at the library nearest to you, visit riversideca.gov/library.
I'm Cheech Marin, and we're inviting you to reserve your spot for the inaugural showing of Cheech Collects. So get your tickets today. We're looking for you.
Live local. Help support your favorite businesses with the Shop Riverside Community Card. With over 200 Riverside businesses giving exclusive discounts and offers to community card holders, there's something for everyone. Participating organizations sell these cards for only $15 each, with $10 going straight back to the organization itself, making the Shop Riverside Community Card a fantastic way to support your favorite local group. For more information about the Shop Riverside Community Card and to find participating businesses, please visit shopriversidenow.com. And don't forget to live local. Shop Riverside.
The City of Riverside Public Works Department provides high-quality trash and recycling services for our customers. Our convenient curbside trash collection services help promote a clean and healthy Riverside. But what do you do when you have items too big or heavy for your can? That's where our bulky item pickup service can help. Before you call for help with your bulky items, be aware that not all items are acceptable for our free curbside service. Furniture, tree trimmings that are properly bundled and no longer than 36 inches, water heaters, and other non-hazardous materials are fine for curbside pickup. Appliances containing Freon such as refrigerators, freezers, and room air conditioners may also be picked up curbside by separate appointment. Unacceptable items include hazardous waste, antifreeze, paints, filters, and tires. We also cannot pick up electronic waste such as computer monitors and televisions, or fluorescent bulbs and household batteries. Construction or demolition materials such as scrap wood, metal, concrete, doors, and drywall are also not accepted. These items may be dropped off in person for no cost at the Agua Mansa transfer station or at one of our Clean Up Riverside events. For more information and the current schedule for these drop-off events, please visit riversideca.gov/cleanupriverside or call 951-826-5311, your one-stop shop for city services. To schedule a bulky item pickup, first call your service provider for an appointment. On the day of your appointment, please make sure that your items are curbside by 5:30 a.m. You may have up to 5 items picked up at each service call. If you have an appliance containing Freon, please call the Appliance Recycling Center of America at 1-800-654-2722 for your free pickup appointment. RPU customers may even qualify for a rebate. Visit riversidepublicutilities.com for information on current residential rebate programs. To find out more about the City of Riverside Trash Services or our Clean Up Riverside events, visit the Public Works website at riversideca.gov/publicworks.
(27-13). The Rams lead the Huskies here at the half. We'll go down to the field for John Rice. Opie Vaipulu, head coach at North, standing by with John Rice. All right, well, we don't have that right now. We will have it soon. Let's bring Jeff Gorham back in here, starting the second half. What do you think these coaches are saying on the Ramona side? You got the 2-touchdown lead. What do you think? You think they're going to kind of get it a little bit tighter, keep it simple, go between the tackles? The running game was working early, Jeff.
Well, I'll tell you what. What you do is you work on the running game. It gets, you want to collapse that defense. Then maybe you can throw the football. But you just, like you said, you have a decent lead here. They've had 4 turnovers by John W. North, 1 by Ramona. You just have to play smart football. You don't want to play passive. You want to play hard, but you don't want to make mistakes, and that could cost you. Even with the lead right now, is what they have is 27-13. They have to play smart football.
I'm going to give an opinion on North, but I'm going to ask you first. If you're Opie Vaipulu, what are you telling your players in the locker room?
You got to play football. You can't.
Yeah.
Mistakes are going to happen, but you can't let it get you down. You got to go out and play.
I mean, if I'm Opie, I'm saying, listen, God, the way we played, the way we turned the ball over, we could be down by a lot more. We got to get the ball, score, and it's a one-score game, and then anything can happen.
And I'll tell you, you mentioned it, Zavala has been a great.
I've been very impressed with him. He's figuring out what his strengths and weaknesses are. I really like how he's played.
Oh, he's played well. But the thing is, you just can't make mistakes. We've talked about mistake-free football, and that's what kind of bit them last year. It's the mistakes. It's the mentality. You can't let this get you down. You got to go out and play your game. You can't play with your chin down. You got to come out and say, hey, we can get these guys and play to your strengths.
Now, what you worry about with North is you make Zavala the quarterback, but you weaken yourself in another position. I think Mendoza's looked pretty good. Haven't really seen much in terms of Garcia. So once we see what those guys can do, we'll get a better idea of it. But I'm sure the coaching staff did not, they didn't make the decision capriciously. All right, we have Coach Rice standing by with Opie Vaipulu, the head man of the Huskies.
Coach, thank you for taking the time to talk to us. What's your message to your young team coming into the second half when you're getting the football?
Right here, this guy's limit the mental mistakes, man. We form on the ball. We're not playing assignment football. And it's showing. It's early in the season, obviously, but we got to clean those things up. We got 2 quarters to play.
So Hogue was impressive when he got the ball and you drove down. You're going to try to get him the ball a few different ways?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I mean, we got to get him the ball back. We got to be able to block, too. Defensively, we got to be able to contain that quarterback, but we're definitely trying to get Hogue going, for sure.
Coach, thank you for talking to us, and we're wishing you all the best. Good luck, Coach. Hey, so what we saw was him say exactly what you guys did. They need to calm down, limit the mental mistakes, get the ball, and establish some momentum, and they'll be right back in the game if they can cut it to 1 score. Back up to you guys.
So here we go. Here's some highlights from the first half. There's the pick 6 to start it off. Jordan Daniel takes the first pass that Anthony Zavala threw for the Huskies into the end zone to put Ramona on top by a score of 7-0. Here's the touchdown run by the Huskies, and here's the big play. 96-yard kickoff return from Troy Long to respond to a touchdown that brought John W. North to within a single point. This made it 21-13, and then a subsequent turnover sets up the next score for the Huskies of John W. North. And we do have some sad news on the Ramona. From Ramona. Here's the touchdown after the turnover. Shiner to Mata. Sad news is that your good buddy, the kicker for Ramona, Jose Martinez, after 39 straight, could not make 40. 39 straight PATs, missed number 40.
I'm a little disappointed in him as well. I mean, that's not enough. You need 100.
He had a game last year. We did a playoff game where he was 10 for 10.
One of the greatest kicking games ever. Amazing. I love the kickers. You know that. I'm always going to go for the kickers.
Great insight from John Rice. Now, he and Opie Vaipulu, I did not know this. They worked together on the same staff.
They did. Yes, they did.
And wasn't Ken Mashinsky part of a staff? Weren't they all with Ken Mashinsky together?
They were all, Mush and Rice were on a staff.
Mark Paredes, right?
Yeah. Well, was it at North or was it at
North?
Yeah, they were all at North together. So, small world. How's our guy John Rice? He's looking good so far.
Hey, man, so I'm reading this book. Bob Glauber wrote a book about 3 NFL coaches, and we're going to switch over to Norte Vista and Silverado here. Novi up in the third quarter. You're speaking of coaches, your good friend Ken Batdorf.
Oh, Batdorf. Coach Batdorf. He's, it's his 73rd year at the helm.
73.
73 years at the helm of Norte Vista.
Nick Rice and J.R. Ibarra on the call, so shout out to them. Oh, what's this? Running a bootleg inside the... No, what have you done with Ken Batdorf?
What is wrong? Hey, when they cut away to it, and he does this. He might be fired. He might have to fire Ken Badgard.
What was the movie where Richard Dreyfuss looked like a dictator in South America, and they used him to avoid an assassin?
Right.
Moon over Parador. So some imposter is now coaching Norte Vista and running bootlegs inside the 10-yard line. Anyway.
He told me they were going to throw 20 times a game. I said, no, you're not.
Well, nice that he's embracing the nuance, though.
No, he did tell me
It's week
that.
0.
And in week 10, he will have thrown 8 times all season. There was a team in L.A., LeVar Arrington's team or whatever. Didn't they throw 0 times last year?
There's several times. Yeah, there's several teams that don't throw. McAllister with the booming kickoff and the touchback coming out. I'm just glad we don't have to explain the new NFL kickoff rule. I'm glad that high schools have kept it normal.
Yeah, I wouldn't know what to do.
You have to announce that you're kicking an onside kick?
Yeah, that's dumb.
It's like, do you have to announce if you're going to take a charge? Like, what's going on there?
Excuse me, I'm going to stand here, run me over. Now, that's silly. Kellen McAllister, home alone again. I love that guy.
I wonder if he has a big family, and I wonder if they took vacations.
And they left him behind.
You love all kickers, though.
I do. Kickers are people, too.
1st and 10 from the 20. Big drive for J-Dub. Hogue. Troy Long, the first man through. Diving in after him, Aki Arteaga. He pulls out of the first tackle and maybe gets 3 on the play. 2nd down coming up. They've had very good Bronson Hogue awareness, meaning the Ramona defense. Another look at it right here. McGowan kind of crashing, forced the play right. Good second effort by Hogue, though, to get up to about the 23-yard line.
Hogue is going to be sore tomorrow. I still don't understand the week 0 thing. Just don't get it.
I found out. Jonathan, I'll tell you what it is. Has nothing to do with football, actually. 2nd down and 8 for the Huskies. They'll feed. That's not Hogue. That's the fullback rolling up.
And he nearly lost that ball on the turf.
Another look at it.
Yeah, I think he. Oh, yeah, popped out there. Luckily, he got right back on it.
Denavia Garcia on the carry, so 3rd down coming up. 3rd quarter here, 2-touchdown lead for Ramona. And I'll bet you Ken Machinsky and Gabe Guzman said, listen, this first drive, we're taking control. Big play here on 3rd down. Zavala throwing. He's got some room over the 25. He'll be stopped short of the 1st down. Angel Barrios coming over. He had help as well from Aki Arteaga. They mark it right inside the 30. So a smidgen needed for a 1st down. Less than a yard for a 1st down on the offense staying out there. I wonder if they'll use that unbalanced line. There's another look at the play. They've been using that close to the end zone. This would be a little different scenario at the North 29. They're going to go for it.
Wow.
Fourth down. Zavala to Hogue. Second effort. Looks like he's got it. Line judge standing over the 30. It's going to be a 1st down. I guess they're figuring, hey, if our big running back can't run behind our big offensive lineman and not get it, we don't deserve it. They got it.
And you look at the size of that offensive line for North versus that defensive line.
So, no, they were running behind Deshaun Jefferson. Ramona did a pretty good job. They had Jefferson turned around a little bit. But good effort there by Hogue and a 1st down for the Huskies over the 30. Hogue through first contact. Second level, got a little space. Olawuyi tried to come in and strip it, but over the 40, another 1st down for Bronson Hogue. A little more breathing room. And sometimes, like that 4th down play, Jeff, you convert like that, it gets you going a little bit in terms of confidence.
And he just broke 3 4-5 tackles.
And as we always talk about, Ramona, a pretty sure-handed tackling team, so that's saying something for young Bronson Hogue. Mark to the 42. Hogue with a nice move, but doesn't fool Arteaga.
He's my favorite Bronson. There's Bronson Pinchot.
Charles Bronson.
Charles Bronson's pretty good.
You know how he got his name?
No, I do not.
Well, we'll get back to the week 0 thing, too. Oh, that's a good play.
How did Charles Bronson get his name?
His name was Charles Bukowski, believe it or not. And he was standing at an audition. He looked up at the gate. I think it was Paramount. I think it was Paramount. And it was at Bronson Avenue. So he took the name Bronson.
Wow.
So no gain. Second down. Some games up front for Ramona. Zavala directing traffic. Lobs it high, and it's complete down the field. Big play, first down. Making the reception for the Huskies, Calvin Rivers. Wearing number 17, reminiscent from our childhood, Mick the Quick, Mickey Rivers. Both wore 17.
I think he jumped. I think it was a jump pass, if I am not mistaken. It looked like he leapt. He leapt in the air.
24-yard pickup. Get another look at it.
Watch.
He did leave his feet.
I think he did leave his feet. This is a great-looking pass. Watch. Look, he did. It was a jump pass.
Calvin Rivers with the catch. And the Huskies are in business. Little confusion. Oh, they got Hogue lined up as an H-back. Little nuance from Kevin Kiker. Here's the option. Zavala diving down to the 30, about the 31-yard line. Flag comes in. See what the flag's all about. Under 7 minutes to play in the third quarter, and let's see what they got here. The Eagles of La Sierra playing Carter today. 34-7 in favor of Carter over the Eagles. We'll see the Eagles later this year.
Yeah, we're going to have them versus Norte Vista.
So holding on North will march it back. So it'll be first down all over again. Go back to the 47-yard line of Ramona. So they need to get inside the 25 of the 24. So almost first and 19 here. Or sorry, no, more than that. First and 23 here. Zavala gets past McGowan and Long cleans it up.
And Zavala just has nowhere to go. That Ram defense is right there, right after the snap. It is so quick. Watch how fast they get in here.
Just when the North line kind of was starting to get into their rhythm, the penalty knocks them back and allows Ramona to kind of pin their ears back and just come at Anthony Zavala, quarterback for the Huskies.
Gavin McGowan looked a little upset. He let him out of his grasp.
Second down. Whistles. You're going to mark this one off against the Rams. 5 yards. That's what I like talking to Coach before the game. We get a little bit of nuance. The Huskies made a change at center this week.
They did.
Because the snap, Coach DeWitt was telling us, he goes, hey, I don't want it to, you explain to the player, I'm not losing confidence in you, but we got a game on Friday. If you can't get the snap right, we need somebody who can get it right. We have a teachable moment. Is that what you call it, Jeff?
Yes.
Second down. Zavala keeps it. Zavala 35, and he'll be stood up right there.
Zavala reminds me of that kid Martinez that played at Nebraska. Remember the
Taylor Martinez?
Taylor Martinez. He's a local guy. Wasn't he from out in Redlands?
Jordan Daniel. He was. Yeah, he's an inland guy. He definitely is. I thought it was Corona, but maybe not. Another look at the play here. Good fake, and you know they have the awareness of Hogue, so some good ledger domain there from Anthony Zavala as Jordan Daniel rides him down. And manageable now, not third and minute, but it's third down, but it's 3rd and 10. They need to get the ball inside the 25 from the 35. Rivers shifts. Hogue right up the gut. Slashes to the outside. Still on his feet. Second effort. Long with the first hit. He'll go down inside the 30 to the 29.
And once again, I can't express, how much he has changed. Obviously, he's grown, but man, he has really changed his physique, his strength. You can tell he's ready.
Weight room, diet, all kinds of stuff. And what he's doing here, he's absorbing contact and breaking tackles. You love to see that long, pretty sure-handed tackler finally finishes him off. 4th and 4. Huskies going to go. Looking for Mata one-on-one with Daniel. He knocks it away. Daniel thought he had a pick six.
Daniel,
incomplete. Ball over on downs to Ramon. I'm sorry, Jeff.
That's what I was going to say. Daniel, you had one already, buddy. Don't get greedy.
Well, Royce Mendoza would get like 2 a game in the playoffs.
Oh, yeah. He had 2 hands on it.
When they run that play in week 3, they're going to convert it. That's just a matter of receiver and quarterback kind of having the timing and the rhythm down. They've not played together.
But it did hit him in a bad spot. The hands.
1st and 10 to 28. Ramona football. Right up the middle. Dancing to the outside and into the open field. Finally dragged down in John W. North territory. A nice run there by Lorenzo Sims.
Sims.
Let's see here. Nice seal block there to give him a little bit of space. And look at the receiver down the field block. That's Troy Terrell. He's an old basketball player. Tackle.
Oh, it's going to come all the way
back on the penalty. Those kind of slow developing plays, usually somebody sees something. So, it looks like the foul was up near the 40, so they're going to mark it off from the spot of the foul. So they'll technically gain 2 yards on it, but it'll bring it all the way back to the 30. Those spot fouls are always tough. 1st and 8. Mata to the near side. Terrell to the top of the screen. Shiner over the middle. Incomplete. Intended receiver was Dylan Tolber. He's got a catch today. Second down. Trips to the near side. Second time he's gotten them on the cadence. Movement on the right side of the defensive line. They'll move it up 5 yards. Under 4 minutes to play here in the third quarter. 27-13. That was our score at the half.
When Don Markham was here at Ramona when I was in high school, he would run the same cadence every single time. Then he would run. Every play was called ready, set, go, and then they would change it up and get at least 2 penalties a game.
Sims tries the middle, lunges forward to the 40 for a first down. Move up the sticks. First quarter, the score was 14-0 Ramona. Second quarter, it was 13-13. And that is the reason we have a week 0. So it comes from TV.
What?
College football TV, I'll tell you what. Another look at it. This is back when we were youngins and everything was kind of being reconstituted for TV. Remember when we were kids, there wasn't a lot of TV on college football, then there was?
Yes.
1st and 10 from the 40, sling to the outside. Complete to Troy Terrell. Brought down after about a 4-yard pickup. Terrell, the converted basketball player. Another look at the play.
We know those Ramona Ram basketball players are always pretty good.
Some of them. Under 3 minutes to play in the third quarter. Shiner on second down. Looking down the field. Buying time. Throws it over the middle. Complete right to midfield on that painted Ram visage.
They're going to give him the benefit of the doubt. That's a first down.
Troy Long makes the catch. Combining on the tackle for John W. North, Julian McCullough and Javion Walker. First down, Ramona. Another look at it. Shiner doing a good job buying time with his feet. You can see he's kind of finding his rhythm into John W. North territory. 1st and 10. Looking deep. Looking for Mata. He's out of bounds. Made the catch, but it'll be incomplete. Ricky Salonga, we've called his name a lot on the defense. Good one-on-one coverage there. Another look at it. Steps up and throws. Throws a good ball. Oh, great just coverage
just a
there.
Bit outside, yeah, great
he actually hauled it in, but he couldn't hold it. Stumbled along that yard marker. Couldn't be pleasant. I like Mashinsky taking the shots, though.
He's done that pretty regularly. You know, we've seen him over the last few years here. What a jolt he has been to this Ramona Rams football program.
Here's the give on the end around. This is Tolber. First down and more for Dylan Tolber. Still on his feet.
Holy cow.
They're going to mark him down to the 26-yard line. So 23-yard pickup. Interesting. The Rams, Jeff, multiple weapons here. Everybody's getting a chance. So they marked to the 27 officially. 1st and 10, Ramona. Give to Lorenzo Sims. He slips the posse. Puts his head down all the way down to the 10-yard line. 17 more yards for Lorenzo Sims. Everything okay?
Yeah.
Oh.
Lady had a lost phone. She was coming to give it to me.
You just sell it. Unless she's giving it to you. You'd give it to one of your kids.
It was a nice phone.
Make sure I have my phone. I do. So 1st and goal from the 10. Long in motion. Hand the ball to Troy Long. Trying to turn the corner. Now he'll cut back up inside into the end zone. Touchdown, Ramona. Troy Long, the 10-yard touchdown run. Rams, another 6.
Long having a great night here.
Running behind the left side of that offensive line, Ken Mashinsky still coaching after the score. And that's a big one for the Rams as we tick down to under a minute to play in the third quarter. Gives them a 3-touchdown lead with this PAT. Jose Martinez, we saw his 39 straight PAT streak end. Can he start another one?
Go!
2 in a row that he missed. So here's the strike to Mata. Good coverage down the field by Salonga for John W. North. And here's the big run that kind of injected some life into that drive by Dylan Tolber. What a good play he made. And then Sims, Lorenzo rolling like the Benzo down to the 10-yard line. And then Long with the touchdown inside. good bit of blocking there. So Novi punched it in, Jeff. They're now up 26-7 after 3 quarters are done at Zach Erb Stadium.
Ken Batdorf continuing to win. I tell you, he's excited about this team. He says he has the best line he's had in the last at least 10 years. And that's saying something.
Hogue from the 6. Lunge over the 16, about the 17-yard line. Making the play, Oscar Nicholas for Ramona. You know what I stumbled onto recently on the Roku channel, speaking of Oscar Nicholas? You ever watch 80s Enough when you were a child? Adam Rich, Nicholas?
Are you kidding me?
Well, I'll tell you, it's kind of a sad story. So there's an online baseball group. And there was people are online, they're weird online. So there was a guy who called himself Adam Rich. And it really was, he's a big baseball fan apparently.
No.
He really was online. Yeah. 1st and 10 from the 18. Zavala looking to throw. McGowan squirts it loose. Looks like Garcia fell on it for North, averting disaster. Lost back to about the 11-yard line.
Grant Goodheath.
Yeah. Another look at the play. Here's McGowan with the sack. The ball is loose. Good play by Garcia to make sure the ball stays with the Huskies. But it kind of ends like a bit of a sad story. We're going to go down to John Rice after the end of the quarter. There's the gun at the end of the 3rd quarter, so we'll switch sides here, and we'll go down to the sideline. And the new member of our broadcast team here live. Now, he's just kind of filling in. He's more of a studio guy, but
he's going to be on the call next week at CSDR.
Yeah.
So
anyway, Coach Rice, take it away, sir.
I'm loving it. Fellas, we had a 8-minute drive where North went down the field and was within 20 or 30 yards of coming back to 1 score. Ramona takes the ball, go down and score. Now it's a 3-possession game. So North is going to have to figure something out to keep from giving up the ball and giving Ramona another short field. So we're having a great time down here. Just let's see if Ramona can put them away.
Yeah, I mean, this is funny because I told Coach Rice, I said, hey, think of, you're teaching us as a coach. So he's in his coaching mind right now on both sides of the ball. And North had a good drive coming out of the 3rd quarter. It was imperative they get some points out of that drive, whether it be 3 or 7, and then obviously the turnover and kind of just flip the whole tenor of this game.
And that's really been the entire story of this game. It's been turnover and then capitalizing, I should say, on those mistakes, and Ramona has been.
Week 1's going to be a little slot. Nobody wants to hear that, but, generally, unless you're like a Modern Day or a Centennial, it's kind of going to be that way, especially when you have a lot of players. Ken Mashinsky made this great point. He said, we have a lot of seniors. We don't have a lot of seniors that played a lot, though.
Remember, I think, how many players did he have coming in last year that were new? Were there 18?
Yeah, they had 18 new players, but they played a little bit, not a lot. Yeah. But when you have senior-heavy teams, the younger guys don't get the experience.
Did you say sloppy, like Poppy? We had to get a Seinfeld reference in there.
All right. Back to action here. 2nd and 18, start of the 4th quarter. Hogue ridden down by McGowan. Back over the 10-yard line, maybe back to the line of scrimmage. 3rd down coming up for the Huskies. So getting back to week 0. So all the networks, when they started crossing over with their cable, like, ABC and ESPN and Fox and their affiliates, so they put out a master schedule. And college football, it was 12 weeks. When they added the extra game, this is back, 25 years ago, the number 13 is considered unlucky. So rather than make it week 13, they put week 0 at the beginning of the first week. Because it was August. It was a calendar schedule from September to November. 3rd down. Going back. Dancing is Zavala. Rolling to his right side. He's got a man and it's complete. Rivers up over the 20. 24-yard line. 13-yard pickup will bring up a 4th and 5. So when I guess some college football guy started producing high school football, that week before it starts in earnest was considered week 0.
Because of the number 13.
Yeah, because they didn't want to use 13.
Well, let's think of some great players that were 13.
Dan Marino.
There you go.
And Dan Marino, he's a Pittsburgh kid, and I like him as a quarterback. Hang on. Oh, wow. Okay, there's a punt. The punt team is on. Caton Ledines. Line drive kick. Mata is going to let it skip, and he'll back off. Takes a John W. North bounce, still down and inside the 30-yard line at about the 27-yard line. So a 49-yard kick, no return. And Ramona football.
It sure is nice to be back here, though, at Ram High. Saw John Tibbles, the great athletic director, today.
Oh, by the way, I said I'd mention it. How about Jeff Gorham, Ramona High School Hall of Famer? Congratulations, buddy.
Oh, thank you. I always thought it was going to be posthumously, so I had to actually have a speech. But you were there, thank you.
You gave a great speech.
And it was, I tell you what, I love my Ram High, and I couldn't be more thrilled to be on the wall. My brother's on the wall up there. So, thank you.
I did. I don't. And obviously, Coach Tibbles has been so good to us. I didn't want to take this up with him. We'll get back to it. Here's the give up the middle and a surge in the middle of the line for John W. North, and Sims goes down. Big fella making a play off the ball for the Huskies was Eric Santiago. First time we've called his name. But no, it was nice to see you get in. I was upset because I don't think they tracked the points right. The points leader, I think, that they had on the board has less points than you. But
yeah, there was a guy.
I don't want to quibble. Throw to the outside, it's complete to Terrell. Breaks one tackle, and then he goes down at about the 34-yard line. 6-yard pickup on the play. Making the tackle for John W. North, Ricky Salanga. Oh, great ground level shot here. Terrell breaks one tackle, and then Salanga comes in, says, "What's my name?" and cleans it up.
Well, that's why we're an award-winning crew.
Nominated. We haven't won yet, have we?
We've won. Yes, we've won. We won 3 awards this past week. Oh, nominated.
Third, because they don't do the ceremony until like June. Incomplete.
So we didn't win? I was excited.
Troy Long, the intended receiver, Gavin Avery, the defensive back on the play for North.
So we've been nominated in all of those things? Oh, yeah, we're going to win. We win everything.
We've been pretty dominant in live sports. I'll say that. And it's a great collaboration. And Scott Broche just kind of is the ringmaster. Can we say ringmaster? Is that bad?
I don't know.
4th and 4 from the 35. Ramona's going to kick it away. 8:47 to play. Don't go anywhere, folks. We did see 2 touchdowns scored in about a 20-second gap. It'll bounce down inside the 30, continues to roll, and down about the 27-yard line. 38-yard kick, no return. John W. North takes over inside their own 30.
Make sure you tune in tonight. The Pep rally. Pep is right now, he's probably in his...
It's a very emotional weekend for Pep. We need to take care of him.
Oh, that's right. His daughter is moving to college.
And it's interesting because she's going. Hopefully, it's okay for us to say this. She's going to Grand Canyon
out
there in Arizona.
Yes.
And so he was explaining to us that Grand Canyon is a thing where the parents can stay for like 4 days if they want. They accommodate the parents to help the kids move in, but Pep can't stay for. His wife's going to stay. He needs to because he thinks he'd get too emotional.
Well, his wife's cooler than he is too.
Well, that too, but I don't want to. He's in a very vulnerable time. We need to support him.
Well, he's got a shoulder to cry on.
1st and 10 from the 27. Hogue running to the outside, and down he goes. Coming up and making the tackle, Troy Long.
But right now he's hunkered down in the man cave, getting ready.
He's like our Brent Musburger.
He is he's putting together highlights right now.
Yeah.
Highlights. We're going to have the Mike West. We're going to have the commissioner on tonight.
The commish.
The commish came in and did a nice interview.
If we ever did a Riverside TV football movie, Michael Chiklis would play Michael West.
The commish.
2nd and 12. Zavala being chased. Looking down the field, incomplete. He was looking for Jonathan Garcia. I think at that point he's just trying to get rid of it.
And we were talking earlier about Coach Danny Esau, who unfortunately passed away this offseason. His partner, the Smoke Brothers, if you come to Ramona games before and they run out of the big ram head or whatever they run out of, they would always control the smoke, the blue smoke. Well, Frank Berber, one of my dearest friends in the world, he also had a little bit of mishap, had quadruple bypass surgery, and today we see him on the sidelines. I was able to share some time with him before the game, so I'm so happy that he is still with us, one of my dear friends, and I love you there, Frank Berber.
Garcia split out to the near side along with, Tuca, they're both named Garcia, Jonathan Garcia and Denavia Garcia. Zavala going to run. And Long waiting for him as he crossed over to the 30-yard line. So about a 5-yard gain will bring up 4th down.
And Long being really the spy on that defense. You see, I mean, I'm eyeballing Zavala.
Spy versus spy, if you will.
I like that.
Yeah.
Great Mad Magazine.
We're going to cannibalize ourselves. Like, remember when The Sopranos would win all the Emmys? Because
Yes.
you and Pepper are in the same category. So
They are?
Because you're going to split the vote. Oh, they're different sports. Okay,
Oh.
okay. Live and edited. Okay. Ledines with the kick. Mata is going to watch it, and he's going to be very careful with it. 46-yard kick, no return, and Ramona's going to take over.
The Ramona Pep Rally where we did the CIF game was fantastic. That got nominated?
I thought it was your show. I thought Coach's perspective in the pep rally. Oh, yeah, there was a specific show. Yeah. I don't know that show.
Oh, the coach's perspective wins all the time. I mean, come on.
But it was funny because a friend of mine is on the judging panel.
Oh.
So he texted me and goes, "Hey, I'm watching your friends Jeff and Pep," because he watched both shows. He's got to judge them. I don't know what it would be unethical for me to ask what he rated you guys. But it seemed like he wouldn't tell me if he thought you were bad, right?
No. Yeah. Well, he better not. He wouldn't be your friend anymore.
1st and 10 from the 29. Sims up the middle, and Lorenzo being ridden down. Making the big play, stepping up is Danye Trammell. Or is it Trammell? I say Trammell because of Alan Trammell.
Yeah, same thing.
But there was what was it? Sharon Stone's character in Basic Instinct, she was Trammell. What do you thought of Lorenzo Sims? I mean, obviously Sincere Tolbert, it's his job, but I think Mr. Sims has shown us a little bit tonight.
I think Mr. Sims is going to be one of those slot kind of receivers with Tolbert. That's a 1-2 punch. Thunder and lightning.
Shiner rolling to the left side, looking down the field, down the sideline, in and out of the hands of Isaac Mata. Salonga was there coming over to help on the coverage was Julian McCullough for John W. North. 3rd down and 8 coming up for Ramona.
Now we have Cody Shiner and Lucas Shiner. You know they're twins, but one is right-handed, one is left-handed.
Interesting nuance.
Very, very interesting.
Where do they lean politically? No, I'm kidding.
Right down the middle.
We don't want to get into that. Oh, wow. Yeah. It would be funny if the lefty leaned right and the righty leaned left.
That would be sweet.
3rd down and 8. Shiner lofting it down the field is going to be intercepted. That was Salonga again. Nice play by Salonga. Brings the ball back inside the 30. Where are they marking him? You see the line judge yet? Have they marked it? Flag on the play.
I think they picked it up, though. Let's see.
Put a little bit too much air under it, allowed Salonga to.
I think they thought they were going to. I think they picked up. Thought it was a late hit, and he just tripped over
he just lost his balance. Yeah. Therein was the confusion. We've sorted it all out. Back to the 32-yard line for North. Now let's see what Kevin Kiker does here. Will they take a shot right to the end zone here, Jeff? I liked when Ramona did it. Rivers in the backfield. Damian Mendoza split out to the near side.
Man coverage on the outside here, down lower part of your screen.
One-on-one against Jordan Daniel. Incomplete.
Oh, there goes the late flag, though.
They're going to call pass interference there.
They are. And they do.
Defensive pass interference. So a 3-touchdown lead for Ramona, 33-13. Under 6 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter, week 0. Ghazal Hassan back with you, along with Jeff Gorham, the sideline debut of Coach John Rice, the Shakespearean scholar. Well, I like they went up top. Like that.
You called it, too.
After a turnover, it's just, especially if you're at home because then the crowd's buzzing, but on the road, too, if you hit that strike, then you kind of quiet the crowd a little bit. You know how the kids do the thing where they hold the finger over their mouth, like, shh, be quiet?
Yes. But you know that when you do that, my son told me that's like skibbity.
Yeah.
When you do this, it makes your jawline stronger.
Oh.
That tells you the mind of an 8-year-old or 7 or whatever. He's 8 now.
Happy birthday, Luke. First down, here's the give to Rivers. Troy Long takes him down. Drops him at about the 15-yard line, inside the 15. Clock continues to move for John W. North. It's good to see everybody again. It's like, we're getting back. It's like we're coming back to school. I get to see you. I get to see Rice. I get to see Opie, Ken Mashinsky, Derek DeWitt. Second down. Zavala to throw. Rolling left. And there's Long waiting for him. He slips past Long, though, inside the 10. They'll mark him down at about the 7-yard line, so close to a first down.
Zavala is tough.
And did you ever, when you were a basketball guy coming up, did you ever play against Javier Zavala? He played for Stan Morrison at San Jose State. You remember that name?
I remember the name. I don't think I played with him.
You might have been done because he was kind of mid-90s. Nice job. And then Gavin McGowan gets the ultimate tackle. So they called him short. They marked him at the 8. 3rd and 1 here. Quick throw for Zavala. Touchdown, Huskies. Guess who? Bronson Hogue.
Hogue. I like that play call, though.
Well, it was exactly the play that Ken Mashinsky ran on the other end here. Mashinsky ran it to Lorenzo Sims. Kevin Kiker, the offensive coordinator for the Huskies, runs it to Bronson Hogue. So touchdown Hogue, 33-19. Going for 2. Jonathan Garcia split out to the top of your screen. Zavala, down he goes. Troy Long. Man, Troy Long, you're talking about a spy. It's getting a little uncomfortable. It's a little, what was that movie with Bridget Fonda and Jennifer Jason Leigh? Where the one
single white female.
One girl's obsessed with the other. Yeah, a little bit of that going on here. Here's the interception by Salanga that starts the drive. And then North is able to move the ball into the end zone. They got the PI here, the deep throw off the turnover. And then nice bit of running there by Rivers. So good bit of change. They're moving Hogue around. And again, Zavala, this is a huge play. He gets it to 3rd and 1, breaks one tackle before McGowan takes him down. And then there we go. Bronson Hogue on the outside. Jordan Daniel just can't quite get there. So you had Hands team out there? Yeah, the Hands team's out there for Ramona. I love it. Week 0, Mashinsky and Opie are both, the coaching gears are grinding.
Well, Mush, he has a boat, so he was out on his boat in off season. He's like who's the guy that always had a boat in Miami? Was it Shula had a boat? Or no, not Switzer, the other guy.
Jimmy?
Jimmy has a. Oh, there's the
Pooch kick.
Pooch.
Foul. The penalty flag comes out. I always think of Rob Lowe in Masquerade. He's kind of the rascally, the boat captain.
Yeah.
Unsavory for those, up in the Hamptons. The lovely Meg Tilly in that. And one of my favorites, Dana Delaney. I don't know if you remember Dana Delaney.
Come on, China Beach? Isn't she? He was in China Beach, right?
Reflections are the way I used to be. First and 10 from the 35. We're sorry, folks. It's week 0. We'll get better.
Anybody that listens and has listened for years, you got to know that Gazal knows his brain is. He's got a large brain. He's got a big head.
I have problems. It's like the revert. It's like the
And the references you can pull out and remember are things that I had forgotten, and then you bring it up, and I go, oh, yeah, I remember that movie.
First and 10 from the 35. Up the middle is Lorenzo Sims. Sims twists down to about the 49-yard line, a 14-yard pickup. Nice push by the offensive line for Ramona, the big boys.
See, now you got me asking, Meg or Jennifer Tilly?
I was always a Meg Tilly guy. Then I told you because I met Jennifer Tilly at one point. So, but I was always a Meg guy. When I was a young guy, I was always a Meg guy. More mysterious.
I had that conversation with my wife a couple weeks ago, and she said, I didn't know there was 2 of them. shows that she's a little younger.
Carla Gorham, and 1. First and 10 from the 49. And the foul. Sims right up the middle. Breaks the first wave and now tackled finally inside of John W. North territory.
You got to like Sims, though. Sims coming out tonight, showing he's ready.
Making the tackle for John W. North, Donier Trammell.
Sincere Tolbert's probably sitting there going, hey, don't do that great.
It's like, remember when Oklahoma State had Thurman Thomas and Barry Sanders
That's
together?
Right.
Not that I'm competing, it's like there's a kid who plays for baseball for Northridge who looks kind of like Aaron Judge. And there's like, oh, you can't compare. I'm not saying he's as good a player. I'm saying physically they're both kind of tall guys. Yeah. Second down. Here's the give. This time it goes to Alvarez. And he is tackled. I'll give credit, though. You're down a couple scores for John W. North's defense. They're still dug in. They're still playing. I know they gave up that one big play. Running interference, Gavin Avery.
And it's not that North hasn't played good defense.
Turnovers.
Turn the ball over.
Yeah, mistakes.
You can't get on the line. The line's done their job.
Those of us of a certain age remember a pop song by an Australian group. I believe it was off of Business as Usual. No, maybe it was off Cargo. It's a mistake.
Yes.
We'll send the card and flour. Third down coming up. The great Colin Hay. Sims motions out of the backfield. Shiner looking left. Complete to Terrell. Down goes Terrell. Hit applied by Tavita Avatango. We've not called Avatango's name much today.
We have called out Terrell a few times. Said he's a basketball player.
I think he transferred to Ramona to play basketball, and Coach Mashinsky recruited him for the football team. Good bit of recruiting.
He took this tackle like a basketball player right there.
Yeah, he broke the first tackle.
The second one was not.
So clock will tick down. They're going to let the clock run here. 33-19, so it looks like Ramona, will that be 7 wins in a row? They won their last 6 games last year. Roading to a Division 11 CIF championship and I think 3 AA state championship. They beat Aaron Rodgers' high school team for the championship.
They did?
Yeah, I think Pleasant Valley is where Aaron Rodgers played high school. And obviously no Sincere Tolbert tonight. no Luis Mena, so you'll inject them back. It's like the football version of blood doping, you know? Remember those blood doping? You remember?
Yeah.
When we were in high school, that was so big because we're like, well, should we do that?
Well, yeah, because Rim of the World, here has they used to have great cross country
elevation. Yeah.
And so my dad would always say before we go, it was a joke, of course. People don't take this serious, but my dad used to say, "Hey, we're going to drive up to the mountains. We're going to take some blood out of you. We're going to stay up there for about 2 weeks, and we're going to come down, and right before basketball season starts, we're going to put that blood back in you. We're going to put it in the fridge, and then you are going to be able to run forever." So, yeah, that was always the theory that Rim of the World guys were blood doping. But they weren't. They just lived up.
McAllister's punt. Dances at the 20. He's going to roll down inside. That's a good kick.
Home alone.
It's a 46-yard kick, no return. And
they're going to run this clock.
Then John W. North has about 34 seconds.
Well, he told him to run it. It's not running.
No, it's only two. They're not going to run it.
The Whitehead was spinning his arm.
You get a 94-yard touchdown, and then you get the onside kick.
We've seen it before.
The Heidi game, 1968. Well, no, you didn't see it. That was the problem.
No, we didn't. We just
because they cut. So on Sundays, the AFL would be on ABC. Would cut to Wild World of Disney. The Jets were playing the Raiders, and the Raiders scored, I think, 2 touchdowns in like 22 seconds. But the network, the game had run long. The network had cut to Heidi, and it's called the Heidi game. Zavala. Dancing, running. Up to about the 14-yard line. Well, I've been impressed. I think Anthony Zavala, I think the Huskies will be all right with Zavala. Going to make some good decisions once they figure it out in terms of the rhythm between him and his receivers. Nice throw there, complete to the 28-yard line. Catch made by Jonathan Garcia. First down, they'll stop the clock with under 7 seconds to play, move the sticks.
And we will see, I will see this John W. North team next week as they take on the Bears.
Hey, and shout out to both Opie Vaipulu and to Jerron Gilbert for getting that rivalry game back on. And there goes the final gun. Ramona with the win, 33-19. They're 1-0 here in 2024. 7th win in a row for the Rams. They win the home opener. John Rice will go grab Ken Mashinsky to talk about the victory here. 33-19, celebrating Jeff Gorham's entry into the Ramona Hall of Fame. This is for you, Jeff.
Yeah, this win was for me?
Yeah.
I love it. I couldn't ask for a better present here to start the season. Very excited to be here, though, for watching this defending state champs.
Give me your thoughts initially on the Rams.
I just think, we've seen it year in, year out. Last year, 10-plus starters gone. Ken gets the state championship. This year, 3 starters remain, you said, or 3?
I'm not sure exactly. They're not a lot. Not a lot.
Well,
no, because all 3 offensive linemen are starters, and then Sincere Tolbert was a starter.
So, but you got to look at this. Just shows the progression of Ramona football and Ken Mashinsky. He does a great job. Everybody talks about this, what Ramona has done in his tenure. And it shows that they continue to buy in. You look at the numbers that they have, and they've just replaced and get better every season.
So this is Ken Mashinsky's 8th year at the helm of Ramona. So they've made the playoffs the last 6 years. So they didn't make it his first year. Then 6 years in a row they've made it. They've made it every year he's been head coach. They've won games
in 6.
5. The last 5 years, they've at least won a game. Twice they've advanced to the CIF final. They won once, lost once, and then obviously the state championship last year. What would you? Let's go down to Coach Rice first. We'll talk about North when we come back. John Rice standing by with the winning coach, Ken Mashinsky.
Hey, Coach, congratulations tonight. Give us something, some things you want to work on to get better for next week.
Well, our offensive line did not do a great job blocking. They did a little bit of stunning defensively, and our offensive line was a little confused. Their D-line did a great job, so we definitely need to work on that. We had a lot of arm tackles defensively, especially that second half, so those are 2 things we're going to address.
How about a running back? Sims came out and did some good things.
Yeah, Sims did a great job. Sincere Tolbert was out this week. We get him back next week. But Sims really did a great job of filling in the role, and we're real proud of him.
Coach, we wish you the best of luck. Have a great season.
Awesome. Thanks, Coach.
All right.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
So we end the first week of the season. Ramona's on the way. North has got some things to work on. fellas, thanks for having me tonight. As we look forward to next week when Poly and North get together. Coach, we'll take it back up to you guys.
Hey, thanks, Coach. I love the two old coaches just kind of, talking it out the way it needs to be done. We left off with John W. North. If you're Opie Vaipulu, telling your team with it going into next week, big rivalry game next week, which we'll get into.
I'll tell you what, if I'm coach, I've coached football for a few times. I'm giving my running backs, I'm giving everybody a football, and I am telling everybody at that school, John W. North, if you see a football player with a ball in his hand, you try to knock that sucker out and make sure that they can protect the football. That's all they need to do. If they do that, then they'll be fine. But they just had too many turnovers based on fumbles.
Now, obviously, we're biased because we benefit from this. But the idea that the Riverside teams playing each other, when I talked to Opie Vaipulu last year, when they redid the leagues, when they did the Rain Cost Conference, one of the negative things was, hey, now North and Poly are not in the same league. And that was one thing Coach Vaipulu told me, hey, because he's a Poly guy. Remember, he graduated from Poly. He said, I want the North-Poly rivalry back, and they were able to work it out this year. Coach Gilbert helped him work it out this year, and I think it's a good thing overall, and I think it's great those teams will play next week, and you guys will call that game next week.
Well, I love that when all these, Steve Madrill, a North guy, he wants the old Ivy League back. Heck, I would love to have a tournament, if you could, in football to have a true city champion, but I love it to see these rivalry games and all the original Ivy League teams playing one another.
Second and third oldest schools in Riverside, right?
Yes.
Ramona and North, 33-19. The Rams defending their state championship. They start 2024 with a victory. John W. North gets a chance to get back to the drawing board next Friday against their rivals, the Bears of Poly. For Jeff Gorham, for John Rice, and our entire award-winning Riverside TV crew, my name's Ghazal Hassan. We'll talk to you next week. The final again, Ramona 33, John W. North 19. Talk to you next week. So long, everybody.